Hey everyone, Nerd Mark here with a review. It's been delayed. If you saw my most recent vlog, I had quite a busy week. Got vaccinated, then got hit by a ton of bricks because I was exhausted the day after. So I didn't really have time to record anything. So we're more than a week behind. So I'm starting off with Power Rangers Dino Fury, episode 6. What was it, Superstition something? Superstition strikes. And I'm not going to say that 5 times fast because I will jumble my words. Um, so I just, I'm really digging Dino Fury. I love the pacing of the show now. It's really good. For those who haven't seen the announcements, we got our Gold Ranger announced. I'm really excited for when he debuts on the show. I do believe there's possibly going to be a summer hiatus at some point. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm trying to do the reviews a lot faster, so I'm not going to be going over play by play of everything. Like I said, I take notes. I'm looking at my notes. I'm going to go touch on some points, what I think, and this and that. Um, my first thing I noticed is, you know, Izzy and that, like, there's this trend in shows like this where why does everyone trash math related classes? I believe the quote was, I'll take a Sporix Beast over algebra any day. I was like, why do you hate algebra? Algebra is easy. It's angles, it's shapes, it's simplified math. Like, I like algebra. I was good at it. I took it in high school, no problem. Um, so my favorite thing was the fake Sporks Beast, which ended up being Amelia's Pop Pop. So right off the bat, it's an Amelia themed episode, which I'm like, yes, because if it's Amelia themed, hopefully we get some Ollie banter because their chemistry and banter and one-liners back and forth work really well, and I enjoy it. Um, so our queen Amelia has an episode revolving around her. Um, the main superstition thing, the main story of the thing is Amelia feels like she has bad luck. Why? Because she walked under a ladder and instantly, tore her sweater. And it was like her favorite sweater. Ollie, in this standpoint, is the anti-superstitious person. So we have the Ollie who likes science, who's brings up science and this and that and facts, and we have Amelia who's very superstitious. So I was like, that dynamic, it works. And Ollie has some great sarcasm and false pandering, which I always enjoy that. One of the main things that happened in this that really, oh sorry, my throat, it's early in the morning. I have to go to work. Is Amelia ends up getting her morpher completely damaged, and Mucus takes it. Because they're fighting like this weird rock type monster that has like volcano shields on each one of his arms, which is pretty cool. So he can absorb damage and like redirect it and stuff like that. Thought that was badass. The main thing that I noticed is if her morphers damage this and that, and then Solon's making a new one, and I'm like, you could just make morphers. But obviously, when Amelia's there helping, she's like, this is the last one possible in existence. I was like, okay. I was just making sure they don't have like enough parts, and they're just kind of like, oh, let's just make morphers. Because if that's the case, like, hey, there's 5 of us. I see all those little keys on that little pillar display. It's like, just make a whole bunch of rangers. That'll be fun. I'm kind of confused on the morphing option, like sequences now, because this is 6 episodes in. Sometimes they say link to the morphing grid, and sometimes they say it's morphin time, and I'm just like, okay, 2 different catchphrases. That's why I was just like, and also I was still like kind of thinking, I was like, the morphers are pretty fragile if that one like was so easily damaged. And the main thing about the morpher, which comes into play, is Void Knight now has it, and he wants to use it to fix it so they can teleport into the base and steal all the sporks that are actually captured still. And I'm like, makes sense. Pop Pop, Amelia's grandfather, is such a charming character. I love him because there's like a certain meta and self-awareness of this show of what's currently going on in the world with teenagers and how they talk and trends and the internet. Like, you know, the Amelia's helping Solon make the new morpher, so the rest of them are helping Papa. And, they get dinner. Oh, there's, Sporks Beast, gotta go. And like, oh, we gotta go. And he's like, oh, important teen stuff, like a new flavor of frozen yogurt at the mall or a dance craze you have to make a video about. And I'm like, yes. The frozen yogurt part was just to be the joke, but man, there's something really realistic to the whole dance craze you have to make a video about, because let's face it, TikTok's a thing. It's a thing. They gave him a lot of the best lines about trends on social media, which I loved. And my favorite thing, and I don't mind the full team of Rangers fighting a monster of the snap, but something about like the 1-on-1 and 2-on-1 fights, like Amelia fighting 1-on-1 with Boom Tower in the base was great, and I love that. And then when Amelia tricks Boom Tower and they teleport back to where the Rangers are, it then turns into Amelia and Ollie fighting Boom Tower, and the fighting and the choreographing of those fights are really good. I'm very entertained by it, and they don't look hokey and like almost like cheesy like older Power Ranger fights used to look like. There's a lot of like current lingo also and terminologies that are being used in slang in this season. Now, I don't know because it's been so long since I've watched Power Rangers, but most of the time the shows felt kind of dated by the time they were airing, or just in general from just like a writing standpoint. But I liked, like, you have Izzy, even though I don't use any of this lingo at all. I'm 35, okay? But Izzy saying things like thanks fam and cringe and this and that, and I'm just like, okay. I was like, they definitely have modern dialogue with the current landscape of how people talk nowadays. So I thought that was cool. One thing that really kind of like entertained me from like my childhood standpoint was during the Zord fight, Amelia went to go swing the Anglio hammer thing, and she knocked over like a smokestack, but then it started a domino rally effect where like a whole bunch of things fell out, then a vehicle went, had this, that, and it actually blocked the volcano thing where he absorbs energy and power, and then they defeated him. And then they got the Sporks charge, and Boom Tower was down there, and we got the one line that I feel like this line was written just because they for Boom Tower, and literally they said okay Boomer. I feel like that line was like written the second they named Boom Tower Boom Tower. They're like, okay, there's gonna be a point in time in this show where someone's gonna give the one liner okay Boomer, and everyone's like, yes, we gotta get it. And we got it 6 episodes in. Like, that was one of my favorite lines so far in all 6 episodes. It was hilarious. But yeah, when it comes down to it for this episode, I really enjoyed that we're the Amelia themed. I think, the last couple of episodes have really focused on like Izzy, Javi, finding Zords, getting them acclimated into the team, and kind of showing more personality and widespread, just a little bit of everybody. Whereas this one, like, it's nice because we haven't had really any focus on Amelia at all in a couple episodes, and it was kind of nice because then we get Ollie. Like, I've sent a review, I think episode 4 or 5 video. It's like, I need some more Ollie and Amelia interactions and back and forth banter and quips, and we got that with this episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, being a week behind and catching up on all my Dino Fury stuff, that was definitely a fun episode, and I look forward to more episodes because Javi still has to find his Zord. Now that we had the Gold Ranger announced, I don't know when he's going to show up on the show. I am enjoying the fact that even though we're still getting like a Monster of the Week type thing every once in a while, like, we still have Boom Tower Mucus and Void Knight. We still have, even though Bob Hop, I assume he's going to be a one-off character, or he might show up again down the road, but it's kind of nice to, we don't always need a lot of fighting and this and that. It's nice to have some more character stuff, because in a roundabout way, this is more backstory and learning more about Amelia's character. She's superstitious, so it's nice. It was a good episode. I enjoyed it. That being said, thank you for watching this review video for Power Rangers Dino Fury episode 6. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let me know so far what you're thinking. Are you still on board with Dino Fury? I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to keep watching it every week. I don't know what I'm going to do if the hiatus rumors are true. I'm going to be like, oh no, what do I do? But with that being said, my name is Mark. I thank you guys for checking out this review, and I will see you guys in the next one.